the words devastated coming to my mind, you know, having it canceled last year at Coachella. You know, that was the biggest reunion ever, especially for 40-year-old men like me. Is there any word or buzz when, you know, that show might take place?
I mean, dude, we're in a different world now.
Yeah.
So your guess is as good as mine.
Really? There's been no conversations about
musicians got kicked to the curb, man. Musicians and barber shops,
yeah,
and gyms. We're the last ones to go, and so like it's stressful for me just because I look at Rage and go like, fuck, we rely on a audience.
Yeah.
People go to Rage shows to see the audience as much as to see the band, and we need that. It's like we're one of those bands that need that, and we'll never be one of these sellouts that's going to go play a drive-in show or play a venue that holds 100,000 people and there's only 10,000 people there. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Rage will never do that. And so
you guys fed off the audience just like we fed off of you.
Straight up. There's not a good show unless the audience is going off too, you know? It's got to be a shared experience.
Well, for a lot of us, it was like, this is too good to be true. You guys are coming back playing, you know, 3 nights, you know, like Coachella, and I was ready to go. I had my ticket.
Yeah.
So, like, when you guys do come back, what's it going to be like?
I mean, it was already going to be something really special without getting into it. Like we were doing things that we had never done before, and we're all better musicians than we ever been before. So like the music was all time, and it was just exciting. It was going to be a really great new version, a new exciting version of Rage, you know.
Wow.
And plus we were on tour with Run the Jewels, and they put their record out, and it was the biggest hip hop record of the year. And so it was going to be a really great tour, and I got my fingers crossed that the world will fix itself, you know. But in the meantime, the good news is we get to put on masks, sunglasses, hoodies, and a baseball hat, and go to the hardware store and steal whatever we want. It's bitchin',
right.
Man.
That's right.
You don't even know. I go so many places and I just steal whatever the fuck I need.
That's why you're always at the CVS over there.
Yeah, they didn't plan for this. Like if you think it's a conspiracy that we ended up in COVID-19, and maybe it is, they certainly, if it was, they certainly didn't plan for the mask, sunglasses, hoodie, baseball.
That's true. That's
the anarchist uniform.
Yeah.
That we were wearing before George Floyd got murdered. You know, we all had our anarchist suit on, and we're rolling around, and at that time, I was already stealing everything I needed.
Well, now they don't have that facial recognition technology. That
you can't recognize when you got a mask and sunglasses, a hoodie, and a baseball hat.
How much did the politics of last year play into what was the vision for the band? You know,
no, that was what it was all about. It was all about that whole Trump, you know, getting him out, you know, and not that I'm a believer in any of it. I don't believe in presidents. I don't believe that they do anything. I believe we live in a military coup in this country. We should learn more about the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Mark Milley, the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the guy that Nancy Pelosi called right after the Capitol event and said, please don't give Donald Trump the keys to the nuclear codes. This guy, go on the Joint Chiefs of Staff webpage and look at the news and check him out. He's meeting with Netanyahu in Israel. He's meeting with the United Arab Emirates guys, meeting in Afghanistan. He meets with more world leaders than anyone in America. He is the world leader. He's the one. The Joint Chiefs of Staff presides over Homeland Security, over everything, and he has the final decision. It's 6 dudes that are on the Joint Chiefs. They've been there since Eisenhower. That's when it started. Eisenhower was the head of the Joint Chiefs, and then he went on to become president after he put Truman in, a guy who called black people the N-word, a frickin' racist who just did whatever the military wanted. Then Eisenhower became president, and then if you look at Obama, like, I feel like Republicans, like the military, they're psyched when a Republican. When Bush is in, they were psyched. They're like, oh cool, we're gonna get whatever we need. We're gonna get all the weapons we need. We're gonna be able to make all the weapons we want. Then when the Democrats come in, like Obama comes in, they're not psyched. But what do? They just go create wars.
Right. And military-industrial
complex. The same shit happens. And they have no bid contracts. They go on after the Joint Chiefs. They have to retire from the military. They become Joint Chiefs of Staff member 4 years. And then they retire they're retired.
Yeah.
They all of them, this is the craziest thing, all of them go on to run the companies that get the no bid contracts. Right. So it's like, we are in that. That's where we are. And we pay 75 cents on the dollar to military.